In standard ePolice scenarios, an ePolice camera is mainly installed at crossroads to capture the rear of vehicles and check whether they violate traffic rules and regulations when passing an intersection. This kind of scenario requires full coverage of all lanes. Our camera can clearly recognizing traffic signals in the distance. The most important requirement is that license plates are accurately recognized. Usually, high requirements are imposed to improve the vehicle capture rate and license plate recognition rate. In addition, camera's installation needs to meet numerous scenario-specific requirements. Consequently, a site survey is required before installation. Ensure that images can be clearly captured during site selection. A site survey in standard ePolice scenarios involves the following steps. Step 1. Verify that the on-site environment is suitable for installation. Step 2. Collect the installation information listed in the table to assist selecting an appropriate camera model. First, let's look at the scenario environment. To optimize image quality, you need to ensure that the camera's angle of view covers the required detection area. The camera can detect complete license plates and irrelevant objects do not block the camera lens. The camera is located away from sources of vibration, and the camera can capture images without intense front light, backlight, or uneven light appearing in the scene. Install the camera where there are no low color temperature light sources within the camera's field of view so that color cast on vehicles and license plates will not occur. In addition, check whether there are any strobe or flashlights nearby that are not mounted to the camera. If so, prevent them from interfering with the camera's image effect. As in ePolice scenarios, vehicle rear capture, instead of in-vehicle detection, is required. Therefore, flashlights are not needed. For better image capture at night, the on-site ambient illuminance must be greater than 70 lux. In this case, you need to configure strobe lights for each lane. A pole is required at the installation site and must be sufficiently high and have a sufficiently long beam. The pole must be capable of bearing 4 times the total weight of the bracket, housing, and camera. Waterproof measures must be taken for poles that are exposed outdoors to prevent wear and tear caused by liquid penetration. In addition to the requirements previously mentioned, check whether the on-site scenario is a standard ePolice scenario. In non-standard ePolice scenarios, ePolice cameras are not recommended to be used. If usage is required in such scenarios, consult related experts for the probability of installation. Now, let's take a look at some images for a deeper understanding. The site shown in the left picture is not an ideal one. The main problem is that the right turn lane is bifurcated. As such, a vehicle can turn right complying with the road markings or on the bifurcated lane. In this way, vehicle trajectories are diversified and unpredictable. In the second picture, the trees are densely located on both sides of the east to west road where the ePolice camera is installed. Leaves may block the camera lens. The east-west road has 5 lanes, indicating that it is not a standard ePolice scenario. This road is therefore not suitable for deploying ePolice services. However, the south to north road has only a few obstacles on both sides. In addition, the distance between the pole and the stop line meets the requirements. The ambient light condition is ideal, and no bus stop, bifurcated road junction, or residential area is involved. This road is therefore an ideal scenario for ePolice cameras. Identifying a suitable installation environment is just the first step. Camera selection and installation are also crucial for an optimized service effect. Common roads usually have lanes with a width of 3 m and poles with a height of 6 m. ePolice cameras must be installed above the middle line of all lanes for detection. You need to pan the cameras so that the upper and lower edges of license plates are parallel to those of the video image. In this way, license plates can be more accurately recognized. You also need to properly tilt the camera so that it captures clearly recognizable license plates and traffic signals across the road. The distance between the stop line and the lower edge of the image should be 8 m to 9 m. And the traffic light must be no higher than the camera. Otherwise, the scenario will be regarded as a non-standard ePolice scenario. The strobe light needs to be at least 2 meters away from the camera. You therefore need to calculate the pole height prior to installation to achieve optimal performance. Finally, we need to count the number of lanes and measure the lane width, distance from the pole to the stop line, and distance from the stop line to the traffic light. In ePolice scenarios, all lanes must be covered for evidential purposes in traffic violation cases. It is recommended that a 3-megapixel ePolice camera be used to detect a lane, and a 9-megapixel ePolice camera be used to detect 2 or 3 lanes. If there are more lanes, you are advised to use multiple cameras. Another important consideration is to select a lens with an appropriate focal length based on the distance between the pole and the stop line. For details, refer to the table.